And with that, here we go. Welcome to Game 7, the deciding game between Hera and B in this Winner Stays On series. The winner of this match is going to take down $500 and the right to play the next week Hera, the reigning champion, on $2,000. B was 3-1 up, being pegged down, all the momentum right now with Hera. Let's see what happens. We've got Hera, the reigning champion, spawning on the south of the map in the color blue, playing as the Beastyqt. Spawning in red in the north of the map. We've got B playing as the Mongols, widely considered to be the strongest civ in the game. We don't know if these players thought they'd be getting to Game 7, but here they are. Hera does love to give us a Game 7 right now. B with a nice, really nice town center spot wedged in between that gold mine and tree line. He'll be quite happy with that. Beasty, big moments here. Map, how's it looking to you? Matchup, what are you thinking?
Wow. So, first things first, there will be a tower rush. Because B has his TC next to the gold, and he is still chopping wood. So, unless he goes for a pasture, which I doubt. Yeah, his con is also going straight across the map, so I think he's scouting his opponent to see where do I put my towers. And he doesn't have the best tower rushing spots, actually, because the tree line from Hera is in the back. So that's something that you don't want to see as a Mongol player. You want to see, a tree line in the front so you can just tower rush it super easily. It's still possible, of course. Bad thing for Hera is his gold and berries are next to that tree line that will be getting tower rushed. So we'll see what B can do. We'll see if Hera scouts it. I'm not sure if Hera even... No, Hera did not even attempt to scout it, so this might be an issue. And Hera also went for only one scout. So this is something that B might have an advantage in. And we'll see how B manages to execute a tower rush, how many workers he goes with to tower rush, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so far, pretty standard Mongol game with tower rush.
Now, I don't know how much Mongols B plays. I know a lot of the top players avoided Mongols before the patch because kind of out of a gentleman's agreement. So I'm not sure how much he plays. What I do know is Hera's played quite a lot of Beastyqt. I remember back in the early days of the game, he was playing a lot of Beastyqt, so I assume he's still playing a fair amount. B already marching forward with the villager and the two spearmen, which not been scouted by Hera, but doesn't really matter because Hera knows exactly what's going to be coming. Now, that wood line, I definitely agree with you, is not the one that B would have hoped to see. In fairness, in terms of the map RNG, both players do have very similar wood lines, actually. Both very safe, nice wood lines. Then again, I mean, I suppose B also, when you're Mongols, you can kind of make your wood line safe in a sense. But going forward, going to start doing that tower rush. And B is currently, well, he's done 2 all-out kind of tower rushes, and he's won 1, lost 1. First game looked to be in the ascendancy and ended up losing it. Second game on Hill and Dale, tower rushed again, effectively. This time, is a tower rush going to work?
Hera just lost a scout behind B's TC.
Oh,
he just lost 6 sheep.
So many sheep!
And he has, by the way, he just saw the spears, so he had no idea that tower rush is coming. This is the first time he's seeing the spears. He didn't see the Uvu. And this is really bad for Hera already. He is stacking up, okay? Like, he is getting feudal. But the first tower on his wood line and berries is coming up. And this tower, by the way, not only prevents the wood line, but actually prevents double berry gathering. And Hera just lost a scout with 6 sheep. So where is he going to collect his food next?
Oh my goodness, what a double... That is seriously, that is about as S tier as a tower can get. Really nice quick wall there from Hera. If that wall had not come in, Hera was in a whole world of trouble, and he got that in just in the nick of time before those spearmen got on top. That wall, that might have been a game-saving wall. If that wall doesn't go down, you can basically call GG at that point already. So really, really nice. And yeah, that tower, that is an S-tier tower, absolutely covering all parts of the map that matter. Hera already building another layer of palisade walls right behind that. There's a gap in the trees. There's a gap in the trees between the wall, and he manages to get in and he kills the villager. Is there going to be another... is there another gap? Can he get through? No. No, so
No. He needs to just make another tower. Like, he's trying to go in, but he knows that Hera is feudal. So he should be expecting archers at this point. And the moment the archer comes, the Mongol tower rushing kind of stops. He's chopping through the trees.
Yeah, he sent villagers to chop through the trees, yeah. And Hera...
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that tower is going to be up in time, because the archer is coming, and he maybe is going a little bit too greedy with trying to put the tower, like, right there. We'll see if he manages to, and slowly he needs to transition to feudal as well.
And now he does manage to get through that. B actually did chop down that tree previously as well to make the gaps. That's quite heads-up play from him. And now the tower goes down on the other side of the wood line. So that tower, that wood line going to be completely covered by towers soon. And yeah, really like a difficult situation here for Hera perhaps. He's still managing to gather wood from that angle that's not quite being affected by those outposts. But now, as you called, those archers are out and they're starting to pick off those spearmen. But a bit of miss micro as the archers are completely now surrounded by these spearmen. And at least 1, 2, 3 of them are going to go down. But he does eventually pull back and decide to retreat out of that situation. As you called it, those archers were quite nicely timed when they came out. Enough to cause the retreat there, and B's units retreat. That being said, B did manage to complete his first objective, which was to get a nice tower position up. He is denying both of those berry bushes for now.
Yeah, I mean, he is denying that. He needs to make sure that tower stays up, and he will still deny wood once he gets arrow slits. He won't be able to deny gold, which is not the biggest of deals. And B should have seen that there's no sheep on their TC. So he should be thinking, okay, where is he gathering food? And he's going around. So I think he knows that his opponent is gathering, food somewhere else. He needs to get arrow slits ASAP in that tower, though. That is going to prevent wood mining completely. And his Khan is about to see those deers being harvested right now. And that's his, next point where he can harass or attack. And we do see Hera going for a ram to try to knock down that tower. And we'll see how this one plays out. So he needs to harass the food. He needs to defend his tower. And he needs to give vision to that tower somehow. And he's doing that with the 2 spearmen that are dying to the TC.
Yeah, those spearmen sent to their death really, really quickly. Dying very, very fast. In the meantime, archers nicely placed there from Hera on the other side.
Oh my god, that spearman is still alive. Oh,
and he finally drops down. He did stay alive longer than expected there. A villager dropping down to that outpost in the meantime, and that wood line's become a bit of a problem now for Hera. In the meantime...
Oh, you know what's funny? Just before the spearman died, the tower started shooting at the villager while it had no vision, and Hera thinks that the tower has vision, so he ran away from that position, even though the tower can't see unless there's units there. So Hera actually evacuated completely, even though the tower will not be able to, deny those villagers.
Now battering ram coming out from Hera to try and take down that outpost, because that outpost is just so damaging in the position that it is. So he is gonna start hacking away at that outpost. Gonna take it down probably with relative ease, especially with the archers backing it up behind. And it looks like Hera's basically held, and in this tower rush style strategy, a hold, oftentimes when you hold, you go on to win the game. Do you make Hera to be significantly up now that he's held?
Oh no, Hera is in a lot of trouble because Castle is coming for B with 16 workers, and there's going to be Lancers coming up straight away. So if you look at Hera's position right now, his economy is all over the place. He has workers on the right, workers on the left, just running back and forth. He is so far off from actually going Castle that I think once Hera is going for stables. I think he's trying to put on some aggression, but I don't think he realizes that B is about to hit Castle. And we actually might see a cancel on the stables if it doesn't finish in time, and because he needs to go Spearman. There's no other option. If he doesn't go Spearman, he will simply just straight up die to Lancers. And there we go. Castle hits, but the stables finish, and we instantly see barracks popping down from Hera. Double barracks even.
And if we take a look at the current resources, Hera is really far, as you said, from even thinking about getting up here.
Yeah, this is really bad. Another thing is Mongol with this stepped redoubt actually has insane gold income, and it basically counts like he's having more workers than he is because of the 50% gold increase on delivery. So he's basically ahead on income, he's ahead on workers, he's ahead on tech. So there's not a single thing that Hera is in a good position for. I would say, like, if Hera had like a farm set up, you can say like, oh, at least he has food economy set up. But he doesn't even have that. So this is going to be very, very hard. But we did see the same thing with in the first game when Hera played China, and he managed to come back. But this one will be very, very difficult. Did he lose his Khan, by the way?
Yeah, he lost his Khan, but that was quite a while ago. The Khan is, yeah, it's got 60 seconds left. He lost his Khan on the east of the map, but now, yeah, B coming in, and Hera still far from being in a position to get up in age. Lancers, though, they're quite well defended there by Hera as he gets the Spearman on top of them nice and quickly. No villagers being lost, and decides to turn the corner and not quite take that right now, but sitting pretty in Castle Age and probably feeling quite good. We'll take a little look at the villager count right now. We see 35 for Hera, B on 36 right now, but of course he's also got that over doing some work. Yeah,
what B needs to do now is Hera's main strength right now, I guess, is keeping his army together. But what B needs to do is just split up his Lancers, like hit 3 different sides, you know, hit the food on the bottom, hit gold on the left, food on the left, and you can't really, you know, split 2 spears on each side and expect to defend. So that's something that B can try and abuse, while Hera, you know, is trying to defend everywhere. And because Hera is actually forced to mass produce units, he's further from castle than he wants to, right? He has a lot of gold, but he has no food because he's forced to use so much food on the production. He has triple barracks going because he's super scared of dying. And Hera's actually moving out, kind of, but then there's Lancers on the left side because Hera lost all of his scouts, so he does not see this coming.
Now, yeah, Hera has amassed a decent number of archers, but doesn't want to get them too near these Lancers. And now Lancers coming in for a big raid. At least one villager goes down before Hera manages to get those spears out and repel the attack. But a bit of a surround situation going on here now with B all around Hera's base. And Hera going to struggle all game to break out from this situation.
We do see Lancers on the right, and this is what he needs to do. Look, Hera's focus is on the left. He just killed the worker on the right, and if he just keeps doing this, and eventually, you know, just pick up, he's losing some Lancers on the right. If he just picks his engagements, B will be in a very good position. Another thing that you can do as Mongol player from here on out is just transition to man-at-arms, because there is no counter to them right now. And he can also decide to go for, you know, some siege weapons, because Mongols with that upgrade, with the improved siege engineering, which he's getting right now, you can make mangonels in the field, so he has a lot of options. He's put Hera on the back foot. He just needs to kind of snowball that into something else and not let Hera to just come back into the game.
Yeah, definitely going to try and the longer this is so much time being spent in castle with Hera playing in feudal, and now finally Hera does begin aging up as we look. Does start aging up now, but does look to be some significant problems. Raids just consistently going on both sides of the map here. Nice APM being shown from B as he just raids on both sides of the map. More Lancers hiding in this stealth forest on the other side of the map. And
good raiding from B so far, but like Hera's defending really, really well. Oh, and Lancers on the bottom left, finally finding.
They get on top of those villagers right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 villagers going down. Hera manages to mobilize the spears, but way too late. And that is a lot of Hera's food eco that just got very quickly wiped out. No Lancers lost in the meantime. And that is a painful, painful moment for Hera. He was, I agree, defending really, really well, but he could not afford for that to happen. That is very much a yikes moment right there. Now taking a look at the villager count, just 38 villagers for Hera to B's 47. So that really opened up a little bit of a villager difference right there. Prayer tent now going down. And again, just consistently scouting around the base, looking for the next place to come in and raid. He's basically got Lancers hidden in that stealth forest. He's got more Lancers hidden in that, really all over the place. He's got just Lancers hiding all the way around the base here.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to see from B is either moving deer stones forward or just building like 3 towers, one on the west, one on the middle, and one on the east side, just to give his Lancers movement speed. Because it is quite good and allows you to run by and do so much damage. This thing that he's doing with his con is very good. This con is basically like the whole army. Because con is broken in castle, but also because nothing can kill con unless you forget about it and it just dies. And it does so much damage that it basically acts as a raiding unit on its own. So it's a very good move and allows all his Lancers to work together. So these Lancers, these 10 Lancers can actually fight, you know, a smaller army instead of just kind of avoiding the fights. And he's transitioning to just a lot of archers now, and I think he will be going for a lot of mangonels, I assume. And yep, Khan goes down.
Khan does go down. B, in the meantime, trying to approach from both sides again, but it's beginning to even out a little bit. B's still definitely ahead. At least Hera now has managed to get that age up in, which is obviously hugely consequential. But now B just got the one mass not attacking from both sides like previously. And that obviously makes life a little bit easier for Hera to defend. And Hera's starting to get together a bit of a mass, think about pressing out a little bit.
Yeah, B is not spending his resources. He has 1.6k food and 1,000 gold. I really hope he's not saving for Imperial, because there's nothing that Imperial will give you. No advantage. Like, he's ahead 8 workers plus steps, so that's more like 15, 20 workers ahead. He has Monastery Taxi collecting relics in the top left. So he has really, really good economy. The only thing he needs to do is just mass produce units right now, and he'll be in a really good position. But I actually think he might be saving for Imperial, and I'm not sure why.
Well, we're going to find out.
No, he's producing Lancers now, actually.
Yeah, it's just so... Yeah, I mean, that's interesting because he definitely had the resources there just to take a huge... military advantage and just make it pay. And now Hera's the one deciding to push out. This might be an overcommit. Needs to be a little bit careful right now, because certainly if he wants to spend them, B has got the resource to do something. Hera's deciding that his only way back into this is to make a big push. Lancers now, a lot of spearmen there that makes the Lancers not want to push in. Not a very diversified military composition from B.
Yeah, this is a little bit scary for B. Like, I think if he defends this, he's going to be in great position. But if he mismanages this, he can actually die to this army. Because this army is very... It's not mobile. It's not really, you know, heavy tech. But there are a lot of crossbows in it. And B doesn't have a lot of archers. That is only 15 archers.
Now, however, a couple of mangonels, which are definitely going to be useful as long as the springolds can be prevented from getting off some shots. Now, they didn't actually manage to get a very good shot in those mangonels right now, but they're going to go again, and this time, again, not getting in much of a shot with the mangonels. There's springold, just one springold there on the field for Hera, and it's going to go down very, very quickly to those lancers, and now, all of a sudden, no answer for those mangonels, and B's the one that's going to push, and of course, those mangonels have been slowed quite significantly in the last patch. Villagers putting up the outpost in a very weird decision to do that right there, where we're just going to get swallowed up very, very quickly. But Hera's going to have to find an answer to these mangonels, and he's not got very much time to find that answer.
Yeah, Hera got completely off guard, caught off guard by the archers, and he never upgraded his archers because he was thinking on fighting, mass lancers, and he never got the archer upgrade. And with a few mangonel shots and losing Springles, he is now looking in a very, very bad position once again. And again, if you look at the resources for each player, Hera is basically all out. He's not even producing out of all his buildings, and B has so many resources. He can just throw down 3 Springles now if he wants, or 2 Mangonels, and just keep pushing.
And yeah, he is indeed just pushing. Springald being built there by Hera. He needs Springalds really urgently. But just one it's not going to manage to get off a shot right there. And in the meantime, we've got some Springals also going up for B. And B just looks in a really strong position right now. Camped out. Went in for a raid on the sides of the base. There didn't quite work out because those spearmen are nicely placed. But really camped out. More outposts going up right now for B. He's got to be loving his position.
Yep, he's just securing a position on the middle. He has Mangonels, and this is one of those that it's just so hard to break this. If Mongol player just keeps making siege units and keeps building towers with Springle emplacements, how do you even break that? So he's just trying to deny. He's slowly going to destroy buildings, and yeah, it's just looking really bad for Hera right now.
Hera trying to get that mass together for one big decisive fight, which is very much, again, his trademark. He did it in game 1. This doesn't look that different in some ways from game 1, where, he just wants to do one big decisive win and push out and try and turn his fortunes around. But right now, it's not looking like it's happening.
The workers on the left are about to be caught completely from Hera.
And yeah, a lot of workers going down there to those lancers that are looking very strong at the same time as this base fight is going on. And B right now with a huge economic advantage. Well, I say huge, it's not that huge. But with the Uvu into account, it's certainly enough. More outposts going up outside the base. And as pointed out in chat, Hera now sitting on 13 gold, which is not really enough gold to do very much. Take another look, and yeah, those villagers were completely pushed off. Beasty, any way back, or are we about to see the crown fall finally in this series?
Only if B gets like a stroke or something, but I mean, this is looking terrible. I think the biggest issue is, like you pointed out, the gold. There's no gold mining from Hera. There's gold in the bottom right, which I'm not sure if he even actually scouted. Oh, he never scouted it. If you look at his point of view, he never saw the gold in the bottom right.
Oh, wow.
And that is, kids, why you have to scout the map. So he's trying to mine the gold on the left side, right? But on the bottom, he can completely just uncontested get that, but he doesn't know.
Oh, that is really painful if you're Hera. Hera not resigning in a game that he might often resign. It's just a game 7, and Hera does not often lose these game 7s.
Yeah, and that Mongol, raid boom coming in hot, burning buildings. Apparently, insane income from it. So, yeah, he's just slowly destroying. Like, B just needs to die on these two Springles, because these 2 Springles actually got so much value, killing other Springles and killing the Mangonels the whole time. He just needs to kind of gather his army and just go for it, I think. And maybe he's now overextending with his Springles a bit. But he just needs to go for it, because I think Hera's army is much weaker.
Yeah, we're seeing... I mean, Hera's micro has been really good at numerous points throughout this game. But we are just seeing the Mongol nerfs in the latest patch in full effect here. Unplayable now, the Mongols. Be looking very strong. All inside Hera's base. Total wraparound. Mangonels getting in some very big shots right now. This feels really difficult. Now, those Mangonels are shooting in. They really want to be firing into that massive longbows. And they're going to start firing into the massive longbows. And GG gets called. And finally, after $2,000, 4 games, multiple best of 7s, finally Hera has been defeated, and the victor is B, taking it in 7, a new champion of the Winner Stays On series. Going to be coming back next week to pay for $500. Take this moment to say congratulations to Hera on a very nice performance. He won 4 games, taking down very, very strong players, including Beastyqt, of course, one of the strongest players in the game, Vortex, other strong players too. But the run does come to an end.